Hey everybody, welcome to Wildcats Garage Talk. We're out here today. I'm going to put these mud flaps I bought off of Amazon that go on a Honda Pilot, a 2023 to 2026 Honda Pilot, all the different trims. I bought these off of Amazon. They're from Muslogy, M-U-S-L-O-G-Y, cost $36, and had pretty good reviews. A lot of people said they didn't get fasteners with it. I got plenty of fasteners, and even this little trim tool, which will come in handy in the future actually. But I got fasteners for all of this. So I kind of glanced over this. A lot of people are concerned about drilling into their car. Excuse me. But from what I can tell here, there's no drilling into any metal. So in the rear ones, you'll just drill through the, if you want to, or drill or cut through the fender lining, which is really just a heavy carpeted material. And in the front, you'll just be putting some screws inside the plastic push pins that are already there. So no metal drilling required for this, which is a concern. So if you buy these from Honda, they're probably over $100 if you buy a pair of these. And if you buy a WeatherTech, I think they're $150 or $175. So for $36, this is quite a bargain. They actually look pretty nice. I don't see any defects in the plastic or whatever. And I've just held them up there. They seem to fit pretty good. So anyway, I'm going to hook these up, and I'm not going to show every little step, but just give you an idea of if this is something that's worth buying or not. So here's the front left wheel. Turn your wheel to the left if you're doing the front left one, so it gives you access to this. It's telling you in the instructions to remove this screw. I just tried it. They even give you this little cheap tool, and this is actually not screwed in there tight, so it'll come out pretty easy. So you'll take that one out, put this up to it, and then put it back in. And for these are just three plastic push pins. You're going to take what they describe as a self-tapping screw, though they don't look self-tapping. And you're just basically going to go into the center of this divot. So it's just going to go inside of these and hold that up there. So that's it. There's no other drilling or anything else holding these on there. So when you hold them up, basically they're going to go something like this. So they look okay. So we'll just have to see how they fit when I do that. Okay, so I've backed out the one screw that's in there. This is the screw that's in there. That'll go back in. And then again, these are the screws they give you. They give you more than enough. You'll put 3 of those in. So these are solid. So what I'm going to do, some people just use a push pin or something, but I'm just drilling a small hole there, and these, just to be able to push through that. So I'm just putting the bottom lower screw back in, the one that came out. Just I'm gonna put it on there a little loose for the beginning, and then I'll put these in. So I've got all these started. Again, this one's loose. I'm just putting these in loose and just tightening them up. They go in easy. You're not gonna want to over tighten this because it's just going into that little plastic cap. So there you go. I just took a Phillips head, tightened all these up. And again, don't over tighten them because they may strip, but you can see it fits pretty well. I think it looks as good as the ones you would buy that are more expensive, and the color's about the same. So it doesn't seem to do any damage to your car. So if you didn't like them, or they just don't last or whatever, you can easily take them back off and put the other ones on, buy some new ones, or just leave them off. So I think the fit overall looks pretty good. I think I don't think anybody would know these from the Honda ones themselves, or even the WeatherTechs for that matter. So here's what it looks like installed, the first one. Again, it's contoured. It fits pretty tight, and it seems to match. So I think it's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other ones. I won't bore you with that, and then I'll come back and maybe have it outside in the sun to get a better view of it. Okay, the front installed. That took about 15 minutes. Very easy. So moving to the back, this is a little bit more complicated, but same principle. There's going to be 2 screws that are already here. Those are going to be removed, and then put this up, and they'll go right back in the same spot. So nothing involved there. But there are two other holes, or three other holes actually on here. This one, and then this one on the bottom where this goes up in there. So you've got a couple options there. You can either use these push pins that they give you that are plastic, and I'm probably going to go that route. This bottom one for sure is a push pin only, but the other two can either be a push pin or you can cut a slit and slide this in there behind this carpeting. Again, this fender well is just a carpet, just a stiff carpet type material. So you're not going into any metal or anything. So you can either cut a slit and slide this in. I don't know if you can see that, but slide it in kind of like that, and then you'll screw into that. Or you can just drill a little hole and use one of these push pins. So again, this thing, you know, these are two that are really going to be holding it up there tight. So anyway, I'll probably go that route. So I think what I'll do is back these two screws out, put this up there, put those screws back in, and then mark these two holes here, and maybe with a marker, and then punch a hole. Either, I don't know if you can drill through this material or punch a hole, but if you use a push pin, you're going to have about a quarter inch type hole to go through that. So I might do that. And again, this won't barely damage anything. If it turns out that you don't like it, all you're going to have is two small little holes there. That's just in carpet, it's not in metal. Okay, I don't know if you can see well, but what I did was I took those two screws out and I put one back in to hold this up there because I need to mark for these two lower holes. So what I'm doing is just taking this little push pin and sticking through this, both of these, until it comes out the back side. Now here where it came out the back side, I marked it. This just barely came through. This is a thick carpeting stuff. It's pretty hard to poke through. So my little push pin barely came through it, so I marked those two spots. So again, the decision is, do I want to put a clip like this that's similar to what these are up here that they've already got, or do I want to have more of a round hole and use one of these push pins? So I'm going to have to think about this, because this might be hard to drill. It might be easier to take a razor blade or a pocket knife and to cut a little slip in there, or a slit in there, to where I can slide this down. And you can see how these are up here, but these actually go around some plastic. Now this won't. This is just going to be on the carpet, so the smooth side will be on the inside by the tire, and the side that's flared up will be back here. So you'll have to, if you do cut a slit in it, you don't want to cut right at where the hole is. You'll need to cut just slightly above the hole so you can slide this thing in. So I'm going to have to take a time out here and think about which way I prefer to do that. Okay, so here's one rub on these. These clips they give you, and then these are the screws that they give you. These screws are way too big to go through these clips. You know, they're supposed to flare out, and there's no way to get that to go through that. Even holding this in a pair of pliers and trying to run it through there. So these screws needed to be a smaller diameter than this, so this is not going to work. So, but they did give you the push pins, so I'm going that route now. Actually, it looks better on the inside. And what you have to do is, again, you mark the holes, and after you mark the holes with a pin, you can take a drill. There's enough room on this back to take a drill and to drill a hole. You got to drill about a quarter-inch hole to be able to get this push pins to go through. So there's one there, and there's one there, and then there's going to be a push pin here, and this will be a push pin regardless. But these two options up here, I would advise you to use the push pins. And this carpeting material for this fender well is very tough. Now you can drill it, and but it's, you know, it's rigid and whatever. And so once you put the push pin through, then you push this little plastic. It's got a Phillips head on it, but it's really plastic, and you just push it through there, and it'll spread it out on the backside. Okay, so there, now you can see I pushed them through. Again, they have a fake Phillips head look to them. You have to push them in. So you might have to take a pair of pliers or something, a screwdriver, to push, because it's hard on your fingers. But you have those two there, and then this one here. So now that's on there very rigid. And then those are the two original ones up there. So again, those metal clips they give you, the clips are fine, or You can argue either the screws are too big or the clips holes are too small. So there it is installed. It actually looks good. It fits nice. And it's probably on there more rigid than the front ones, to be honest with you. But again, you reuse these two and then use push pins here. So the only issue is you're going to have to mark and drill a hole through this carpeted fender well. It's not that hard, but and then I used a push pin to push a hole through the back so I could see where it needed to go. Again, these would have worked, but they're kind of hard to get on there. And I started out thinking I would use these, but the problem is these screws or this hole, one of the two, is not big enough. And you really can't drill this out because the way that's, you know, kind of a pressed material there. So those won't work. So these are probably better anyway. They're not going to rust or anything. So it's on there very rigid. So looks good on this side. So it's like everything. When you do the first one, it takes you forever. You do the second one, it's a breeze, hopefully. Okay, here I'm on the other side. I've mounted this up with just the 2 screws loosely that are in the top, and I pushed the bulletin board pin through here and marked these on where they came out on this side. So now, since I'm going to use the push pins, I need to drill a hole. And so I'm going to turn the camera off to do this, but basically I can drill a hole and it'll still go right through this other side. So here we are with the finished product. There's the fronts. Again, you just have 3 screws that they provide that go in the plastic push pins that are already there, and then you reuse that one. Then on the rear, you can see what they look like. They look pretty good. You reuse these 2, and then these 2, and the very bottom one you want to use the plastic push pins. Don't use the little clips because the screws they provide are too big and they won't go in. So overall, they look pretty good. I don't think anybody would really notice them other than being factory. And for 36 bucks, you really can't go wrong. So anyway, so there you go. Good luck, folks. Again, the front one's 15 minutes. The back one's takes a little longer. You live and learn on that one. The first one probably took 45 minutes and the second one probably took 20. But hopefully you have some little tips there. Good luck, everybody. Welcome to Wildcats Garage again.